everyone, my name is Marco, and today I'm going to show you how to create pipe from a Super Mario game series. And we will be making that by creating a custom gradient in GIMP. First, you need to be in a gradient tab over here, and you have two options. The first one is to create a new gradient, and the second one is to edit a gradient. You cannot edit default gradients in GIMP unless you first make a copy of them. As you can see, all of the options are hidden, but if you make a duplicate of a gradient, I mean default one, then you see that all of the options are visible now. I'm going to rather create a new one, and I'm going to rename it to be Super Mario Gradient. And first I'm going to right click on it and split segment at midpoint, and I'm going to repeat the process one more time. I have to be on the first segment, I left click on the first one, and I have to be on the pipe layer, and using the color pick I'm just going to pick the color for the right side of this first segment, and I'm going to set it to be foreground color, and I'm going to set the color to be fixed so that it doesn't change as you change the foreground color over here. The left side can be, for example, this one has to be fixed, and the right side has to be the same as the left side of the first segment so that you get a nice transition between two segments. Foreground color and fixed, and the left side can be, for example, this one, and has to be fixed. I can make transitions using this option over here, load right color from right neighbor's left endpoint, and now the right side of this segment is having the same color as the left side of this segment over here, and the color is also set to fixed, and it doesn't change. It's not actually it's not affected by the foreground color over here. The left side of this segment will be this one, and I have to set it to be fixed, and the last segment will have this one and fixed, and the left side will be this one. And this is not a finished gradient. To make the pipe, I'm going to create a new layer group, and I'm going to rename it to be pipe, and I'm going to create a new layer inside of it and rename it to be upper frame. Zoom in using the plus on the numpad, and I have to be on the pipe layer, have to pick the color for the frame, and using the rectangle tool I have to make the frame for it. Let's move this aside, and you have to enable rounded corners option so that you have this rounded corners. And using the paint bucket fill, I'm just going to fill in the frame for the pipe. I have to shrink the selection for 3 pixels so that I can make the gradient inside of it, and I'm going to create a new layer, upper gradient, for example, and I have to, you can hold control while you're making a gradient, and when you drag into any direction you want, you can make a straight gradient across. I'm going to create a new layer for the lower portion of the pipe, lower frame, for example, and using the edit, undo, and disable the rounded corners option and fill in using the paint bucket. Shrink the selection for 3 pixels and create a new layer and rename it to be lower gradient. Hold control and make a gradient across. And this is the finished pipe. Select all, select all, and right click on the layer group and click on merge layer group so that you have one single object. The reason that I selected all is when you now go to color and colorize, the colorize option affects the whole layer and won't affect only the selected area. So now you can set the color you want for the pipe you created. And this is the finished product. If you like the video, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, or do whatever you want. But I will going to make videos like this one in the future, so until the next time, goodbye.